Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Pens and Feathers. This time around we're going to be doing some more fan art, and it's going to be of the vampire that I think has risen to stardom faster than any other I've seen before. And I've heard so many different names for vampy, milfy, mommy milkers, Lady I don't know how to pronounce it, Damascus or something, Lady D. But before we begin, if you like my content and you'd like to see more, why don't you go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. Click a like, it helps me with the algorithms so I can get my videos out to hopefully more people can see them. And check out all my social links, they'll all be listed below in the comments section. So let's get going with Hottie Vampy Mommy. So I hope you like the new layout I've got going on for a Pens and Feathers video. I was getting kind of bored with the older version, so I thought I'd kind of jazz it up a bit. On the lower left also, this is something I've been doing for the Patreon only videos. For there I've been showing my my lewd video games that I got that I obviously can't show here on YouTube. But Vanquish, one of my all-time favorite third-person shooter games. I played it a lot a number of years ago when I was better at it, and I 100%ed it. And now I got some derpy gameplay here because I just got it since I pretty much just play on PC now. I got it again for PC, and I thought I'd put my try my boomer self out again on and see if I got any skills left. So Lady D, she sure did make quite a splash when she showed up. I've seen so much fan art of her, and especially I've seen a lot of just people wanting her to step on them. Is it just me, or is it like, have there been so many people that have been coming out of the closet as far as like either having to do with feet or wanting to be stepped on, especially when it comes to a lot of VTubers. I don't know how many of you out there watch VTubers, but it just seems like to me like so many of them, a good chunk of them have come out, like whether it be like Gargura and Amelia and Coco and Hachima. I don't know what I think. I think the fetish has kind of gone mainstream now, and it's not even really so much a niche thing anymore. But it was really surprising to me, and especially with Lady D. There were entire videos of people like going into like figuring out like how much she weighs and if it would be possible for her to step on you without killing you. I mean, just absolutely ridiculous. I was like, wow. I was like, okay, this is, we've come a long way since when I was sneaking looks at feet pics back in like when I was in college in the 90s and stuff, and it was, constantly looking over my shoulder. Actually, I think a friend of mine busted me. He kind of snuck up behind me and he caught me. But another thing I'm gonna try out also is obviously the changes in the visuals here, but is the audio. I'm going to try and do kind of longer stretches of talking without so much editing and stuff. Just because I know, like, I've been asking if there are things people want me to talk about while having the drawing going. So, and plus it'll make things go a bit, it'll be a bit quicker for me to get these videos out instead of having to worry so much about cutting up my dialogue. If I just go on a big talking spree and, leaving in some mistakes maybe. But anyways, talking about Resident Evil, I know we've got like, I think E3 just started. It's kind of funny because I've kind of fallen out with like AAA gaming, not all that long ago. Like I was totally like into console gaming ever since like the Atari 2600. I dabbled a little bit in PC and stuff like in the 90s and early 2000s. Like I did like the whole Might and Magic and Doom, Quake, StarCraft, and but never really got really into it that much. It was always big time into consoles, and PlayStation was always my my console of choice. But ever since like around 2016, when Sony picked up and they moved the PlayStation headquarters to California, and I kind of thought to myself, this isn't good. I've got a feeling that things are going to start changing. Like PlayStation is going to start being rebranded more as like a Western console. And I had always enjoyed PlayStation because I did enjoy some of the, there was some Western games, but my main draw was Japanese games. And before like all that long ago, like Japan used to reign supreme when it came to gaming, and just the West kind of caught up, I think, with with the first-person shooters, and they kind of got their foothold, and they kind of overtook the gaming industry a bit. But Japanese games were always my first go-to, and I had a bad feeling about what was going to happen. And sure enough, like a lot of like especially when it came to censoring, like, and I know some people like were said to me before, like, well, Paw Feather, the games have always been censored and stuff, and I was like, well, yeah, I mean, that's true. They have been if you go back now, but and look. The thing is, though, we didn't have that information back then when it was happening. The internet was fairly new, and we didn't have access to all this information we do now. But now that we do have that information, we can see it happening, in real time. And I wasn't very happy with a lot of the decisions that Sony started making when it came to PlayStation, and I got so disgruntled from it. I mean, and it was from being such a long time console fan, especially PlayStation fan. Like, I remember when I got my first PS1, I was in college, and it was 1994, I think. In order to afford it, I had a pretty substantial collection of comics, and I sold them all to the local comic shop in order to get the money to buy a PlayStation. I didn't regret it. Well, the only thing I do regret is I had the entire run of Akira, and it was in color, because I think it was published through Marvel, if I remember correctly. I had all of them. God, I wish I hadn't sold them. That is the only regret I have. But other than that, I mean, I love the PS1. The entire floor of my university was always over my room every night, and I remember the first game I got was Battle Arena Toshinden, and I always have tons of people in there. We'd be playing and stuff. It was great. And the years went on, and went through all these different changes. Like, I remember when the ratings boards, and they came for gaming and stuff, because they said it was too violent and whatnot. And Jack Thompson, if you all remember him, and everything that went down, and the gaming industry ended up winning. They pushed back on the censoring, and we had a good stretch of time when there was no censorship. And now it's kind of started up again, and it's coming from the other side now. And it's like, ugh, can't we just, we're adults here. Can't we just play our adult games? So yeah, I pretty much dropped. I dropped console gaming, and I was like, well, you know what? Oh, here's the other thing too, is for about 10 years, I didn't own a traditional desktop computer. Over 10 years, because I just had a tablet PC, because all my work that I did was on drawing, all illustration work, so I just didn't have a need for a traditional desktop PC. So I really had fallen out with PC gaming, so I had no knowledge of, I mean, I knew about Steam, but I had never used it before, because that was before my time when I stopped using the PC for any gaming or work, and just switched over to tablet. And you can't really game on a tablet PC. So just, it was last year, I had my brother-in-law help me. I built a new desktop, because I wanted to get back into editing, and he helped me put it together. And I was like, I'm gonna get on Steam. And I got on Steam, and I was like, I went straight for a lot of obviously the hentai games, but just the indie market. Because I've just really, the AAA gaming scene, I've really fallen out of, especially just with the way they treat customers, and it's just, I don't know. I really, my taste in AAA gaming has just gone downhill. But the indie scene, I've dove headfirst into, and I'm loving it. And even though I know, it's kind of humorous to talk about hentai games and stuff, but there are some that are actually really good. And I've been watching, more and more people on YouTube, especially when it comes to like either Indiegogo or Kickstarter. And I can't say I haven't backed any Kickstarter games yet. I'm definitely I've wishlisted a ton of them, and I think I'm probably going to back a couple before too much longer. But yeah, this I don't know. I'm not sure what it's going to take to get me back into either console or AAA gaming, because right now there's just nothing that that interests me. Although while I'm here, I'm playing Vanquish right here, but this game came out before any of that stuff started happening, and this is one of the few AAA games I'll still play, because it's still one of my all-time favorites. The action is just awesome. Maybe if you haven't played it yet, I really suggest it. It's a great game. So thought we'd take a little bit of a cultured walk through my wish list on Steam. Transistor, great game. I played on PS4. I kind of wanted to get it again. RPG Maker, I don't know when I'm going to have the time to learn that, but I'd love to. Monster Monpiece was censored in the West, but uncensored on PC. Yomorari, some good horror games. Then when I Senran Kagura Bon Appetit, that's a rhythm game. Played it on Vita. I'd probably get it again. Passport 2. I saw some VTubers playing that. Looked pretty good. Moero Chronicles, great Monster Girl hunting game. Galgun 2, that was good. That first one was better. Death Trash looks awesome. That hasn't released yet, but that is a great looking kind of a pixel art cyberpunk type of game. Really looking forward to that. Earth Defense Force games are stupid fun. They are so much fun. Let's see, Atelier Rise, Thick Thighs, Save Lives. Lots of soccer games. Cloud Meadow, that looked really interesting. Again, some Monster Girls. More Sakura Tower and Sword of Succubus. Sakura of Rice and Ruin. Look at that. Anime feet. Gotta love it. Necropara. Galgun Returns. Hey, that got censored before it came out for the PlayStation, so wasn't going to get it there. Anime feet tentacles. Get it on PC though, it won't be censored. Orc Massage looked really interesting. You play as an orc and you run a masseuse. It's not out yet though. No Man's Sky, that was a disaster at launch, but I've seen the latest and it looks nothing like the original game. Might pick it up. Monster Hunter World, I played it already, but the frame rate was trash in the PS4. And Doom, Doom is Doom. It's probably the only first-person game I'll get. So I guess there are a couple of AAA games out here. Futanari Quest, huh? Culture. So I guess that, yeah, there are a couple of AAA games in here. Mass Builder, that looked like a cool mech builder. Gun Pixies, I'll tell you right now, if you I imported that for the Vita. It wasn't even translated, but if you're a fan of macro, micro, and feet, I definitely suggest Gun Pixies. Super annoying. Breeders of the Nephilim, that's on Patreon, and it's a open world girl monster breeding game. Bullet Girls Fantasia was the last game to come out for the PS4 that was not censored, and it's very spicy. Yeah, Sex with the Devil, that looked messed up, so that's why I just put it on there. Breakwater, I just saw that today. Some of these games coming up here now is there's a VTuber I started watching. BPM, that's awesome. It's a rhythm game combined with a first-person shooter. Kira TV, he's a YouTuber that has a lot of indie games on there that I've got some of these from. Kira TV. Yeah, or Earth Defense Force. It's kind of looks like a Minecraft. And Slime Heroes looked really good. Succubus Cafe. Worship, another from that Kira TV. He went through that. Worship looked awesome. Faulty Apprentice. I'm playing that right now. I got in contact with the artist, the creator of the game, and beautiful art in that game. I think Razzy's going to be doing a review for that. Pal World looked like a really cool sort of Pokemon game. Not out yet though. So, anyways, there's my my cultured wish list. Again, obviously I'm not going to be getting everything on there, but a lot of stuff, especially some of those that Death Trash, that looks so cool. I definitely can't wait to pick that up. So I thought I'd show just a couple of more games here. These are two games, kind of obscure, should have gotten a lot more love than what they did. 3D Game Heroes and The Puppeteer. 3D Game Heroes is kind of it's kind of a mock on Zelda, but everything, it looks just like Minecraft. Everything's very blocky. The humor is really funny. It's just a really good game. It's actually From Software was one of the developers that worked on it. And I think on eBay, that game's going for quite a lot. And Puppeteer is probably one of my all-time favorite platformers. That game was just so good. It's kind of like the aesthetics of it looks like a puppet show where everything's made of wood and stuff. It was made from the now kind of defunct Japan studio that Sony kind of took apart and reorganized. But yeah, just two games that I really loved and just didn't receive enough love that they should have. So we're kind of getting close to the end here. What does everyone think of this? Do you like this new format? Do you like it when I just talk off the cuff about things? If you have any topics you'd like me to discuss during the video, and if you don't like it, if you'd like to just prefer I just kind of talk about the drawing, during this sequence, let me know that too. I'm interested in hearing what you think about my new way of doing these videos. And here we have the finished Lady Dimitrescu. Thanks again, everyone, for tuning in for another episode of Pens and Feathers. Looking at the finished piece here now, I'm not a big fan of how I drew her, her claws. I might go back and redo that. Not sure. If I do, I'll upload it on Twitter. I'll be uploading this one as well. Oh, and just because I know there are some of you who prefer no nylons, I did provide a barefoot alternative also, so I'll put that on Twitter too. So just like to really quickly thank my 247 patrons, including Canyon TT, Chad Frasmer, Emily, Mularu, Michael, Willow TK, Andrew Martinez, Mikey, Papaya, Crow Cornstalk, Wolf Lenhard, Neo Fox, Fletch Lives, and Feather William. Thank you very much. Once again, thanks everyone for showing up for another episode. Don't forget to like and especially comment in the comments section. I love reading all your comments. And let me know if you like this new format, because I'll continue doing it. It seems like it just gives more to look at, more to listen to. But definitely let me know in the comment section below. Subscribe if you haven't already. And make sure you check out all my other social links, all my other artwork and all that good stuff. So take care, stay safe, and I will see you in the next episode. Later.